11th, 2020 at 10:20 a.m. and I'm about to submit my med school applications. Today is May 18th, Monday, May 18th. I'm a week out from my submission date. I got the email this morning that my application was verified, so now we're smooth sailing. Today is May 21st. It's a Thursday. I'm about to get ready for my first mock interview.
It's May 30th, 2020. I'm at work, but I wanted to give you an update. Probably a little over 3 weeks out from my submission date. I had my mock interview that went really well. That's part of my application that I'm really looking forward to. I'm excited to meet admissions committees and kind of share a little bit more about me.
We are at June 7th, 2020, but we're also at 1 month out from my MCAT. Hi, today is June 16th, 2020. I am on vacation, but I'm still doing MCAT stuff and application stuff. And today I received my first secondary application. Hi, it is June 23rd. I am having a mental breakdown, to say the least. I am 2 weeks out from my MCAT date. I also have now received my 10th secondary, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. We're halfway through my applications, which means half of my schools have sent me a supplemental application. Some are automatic, some are not. But I expected them a little later, so doing all of this kind of together is really stressing me out, but we're going to get it done because we're going to be a doctor and we're going to be great. See you next week. I now have 15 out of 20 secondaries, which is really exciting for me. I'm waiting on a couple top choices, but they do actual screenings for secondaries, and many of them could be waiting on my next MCAT score, or just, it's only been 2 weeks, so they could have just not gotten my application yet. So I'm excited. I'll see y'all in a week for test day. It is July 7th, 2020 at 5:17-ish p.m. and I'm done with my MCAT. Today is July 14th. We are 1 week post MCAT, 1 week to MCAT score. Hello, it's July 21st. I just got a notification that MCAT scores are posted. I'm grade A flipping out. I had a lot of dreams last night that I completely bombed this test and my score is going to be awful. So first off, thank you to everyone who supported me throughout this process. It's been 15 months of studying, trying, just real frustration with this test. So I'm hoping that I at least got the score I needed, even if it's not the score I wanted. A few scores. I did it. It's not the score I wanted, but it's absolutely the score I needed, and I never have to take this test again. So, thank you. I now have 16 out of 20 secondaries complete. I have I have 15 complete, 1 more to do, 3 more waiting. I'm really excited. I'm just kind of in a lull period right now, so we're gonna wait for interviews. August 4th, no interview yet. Keep you posted. First rejection, August 5th, 2020, their loss. So it is August 14th. I still have no interview invites yet, only the one rejection, but I just got my last secondary and turned it in, so we went 19 for 20 on secondaries. Back in Philly, and it's August 21st, 2020. I got my first interview invite yesterday, which is really exciting. It's kind of my first glimpse that I could actually do this. I actually have a shot of starting medical school next year, so really excited. I hope it's not my last, but we're moving in the right direction. It is August 25th, 2020. I just finished my mock interview day with the pre-health department. Really great event. I'm really glad they set it up for me. It's exciting to be in this process, and I'm looking forward to, I think, a week from Friday when I get my first interview out of the way. I'm hoping there's more to come, but if not, we got one. Today is August 28th, 2020. Yesterday I got my second interview invite. This one's from one of my probably top 5 schools, so I'm really excited about it. It's showing that not just one school found interest in me, more are coming, so it's really exciting and I look forward to it. Today is September 5th, 2020. I was too nervous yesterday and then too excited after to give an actual update about my interview, but yesterday was my first interview. It went really well, at least I think it went really well. I'm excited to get the results, whether it's good or bad, just to kind of have one process fully done for one of these schools. So we only have one other interview currently scheduled, and that's on the 7th of October, so I have some time, but hopefully we'll get more between now and then. So I haven't updated in 2 weeks, mainly because I've been flipping out internally and I didn't want to jinx anything that I thought was coming. My interview went extremely well. I was really confident in it. I knew I was in a good place, but I didn't want to say that and have things go bad. So today is September 18th, 2020, and I've officially been accepted to my first medical school, and I am elated. I've been surrounded by love and just praises all day. I've been just such a good mood. It feels like a 1,000-pound weight has been lifted off my chest. It's actually amazing. Today is October 8th, so obviously it's been a little bit since I've updated you. I've been celebrating, doing things like that. I turned 21 a week ago, I guess. So I've been celebrating that. Just been in a really good place. But yesterday I also had my next interview. It went extremely well. It made me fall in love with this school. There's a very high possibility that if I get accepted into this school, it's where I end up. I feel amazing about it. They have great global health initiatives. They have a DOJD program, which would allow me to do policy work. They have an opportunity that if I want to go somewhere else to get my MPH, that I was able to do it. They're just a community-based medical school, no competition. Like, that was something that they hit. They said, we don't want competition between our students. We want you to build relationship with your future colleagues, and that sat with me. And I'm really excited about the opportunities they have, so I hope they let me in, and I'll keep you updated. Today is October 11th. Actually, it's like 2 minutes to October 12th. Today is October 11th. We're a couple days out from my second interview. I'm waiting to hear back from this school, and the more I think about it, the more I think this may be where I end up. I've continued it in research after the interview. I've talked to more students and just really feel good about it. So if I don't get another interview after this, we might have found our home. Today is October 17th, and yesterday I got an email from that school saying that I was accepted to their class of 2025, and y'all, I am on cloud nine. This school has everything I'm looking for in a medical school. They have the environment I'm looking for, the initiatives I'm looking for. They have their own emergency medicine residency within their GMEs, and it's gonna take a lot for another school to impress me this much. So I very may well have found my home. Oh my gosh. I also got another interview invite a few days ago, so that brings my interview total to 3. I probably will not interview at this school. It was a safety school of mine, and I don't want to waste their time or mine, so I'm probably going to email them back and thank them for the opportunity, but we're moving in the... Today is October 19th. I just spent the last probably 30 minutes crying. Happy tears. I decided to cancel my interview for Friday because I knew 200% that I would not go to that school over the school I got into. I am in a place where I've been accepted into 2 of my top 6 schools, 1 of my top 2 schools, and just the fact that I'm here by mid-October is astounding to me. I think it finally hit me that I'm going to be a medical school student come next year, and just had a lot of a feeling. So thank you for being on this journey with me. I recognize how privileged I am to even have the opportunity to cancel an interview, because honestly, 6 months ago, if you told me I had 2 acceptances, I would have laughed in your face. So we're in a good place. Today is November 5th, 2020. There's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot that I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna anyway. I have spent the last 2.5 weeks just thinking, trying to decide if I need to move further in this process. I have found a school that checks every single one of my boxes. They have great global health initiatives. They have great medical mission initiatives. They are grounded in faith, which is both things that have pushed me into this profession. Their school highlights everything that made me want to become a doctor. They have a 100% residency match rate. They have at least a 98, if not higher, percent board pass rate the first time. They have a community that just makes me feel like they're my people. It's not in a location I ever thought I would go. It's not the highest rated school in the country. It's not what I pictured my next 4 years to be. But for some reason, every single time I look at another school on my list, I'm comparing them critically to this school. And every single time, this school wins. So as of today, November 5th, 2020, even in the turmoil going on, I've decided I'm going to attend Campbell University School of Osteopathic Medicine. Today is November 10th, 5 days after that last update. I really wanted to sit down and think about my decision and make sure that's actually what I wanted to do. I was a little emotional previously, so I wanted to sit down pragmatically and figure out if this is actually a decision I wanted to make. And after really thinking about it, after looking at the rest of my list, figuring out what made me apply to these schools in the first place, figuring out what would send me somewhere else besides Campbell, it's clear that nothing will. I'm confident that Campbell is the best place for me to continue my medical education and to excel and grow into the doctor that I'm hoping to become, because everything that made me fall in love with medicine is being highlighted and heightened at Campbell and in their curriculum, and it makes me so excited about moving forward. The rest of my schools I look at and I'm like, yeah, they have great aspects, but when I look at Campbell, I'm so excited about moving forward in this career and moving forward in my education. Even though I know it'll be tasking and grueling, I know in my heart of hearts this is the best place for me to do that. So, like I said before, I will be attending Campbell University School of Osteopathic Medicine next summer, and I am so excited, but I also humbly am aware that I could not have done this alone. I did a lot of the work, a lot of the tests, that was me. But I'm aware that if I wasn't supported the way I was, I wouldn't be here. I haven't been updating you on my interview count, but I wouldn't have 6 interviews offers. I wouldn't have 2 acceptances. I wouldn't be sitting here still waiting on 7 applications to have a decision made on. I wouldn't be able to make a decision on where I was going to spend my medical education in November of my cycle at the age of 21 years old. So I want to thank my parents for making me into this advocate, this overwhelmingly excited human being about helping others, for teaching me that a life in service is a life to be lived, for teaching me that I'm not doing this work for me. I'm not going through the motions just to help myself. I'm here to help the world around me, and that's a powerful thing that you've instilled in me, and it's something that I'll never forget and I'll extend to my children. It's my drive and excitement about changing the world around me comes from them, and it's something that I'm so grateful for and never will be able to thank them enough. I also want to thank my sister for always reminding me that this freaking big brain of mine is not going to go to waste, for being my cheerleader, being in my corner, and just being a source of relief when I really need it. I want to thank you, Sciences, for being the foundation of this process, for making me into the applicant I am. I want to thank Judy Chen for helping me form my application and take the words that I knew I wanted to say but make them sound pretty good. I want to thank Dr. Farber for everything. I want to thank her for getting me onto this campus, making me realize that U Sciences was the place that's going to get me where I needed to go, kind of like I currently feel about Campbell. Thank you for being with me through every single step of this process, from teaching me Intro to Bio 1 to receiving the email this afternoon that I was going to Campbell. Thank you. Thank you again. I also want to thank my friends because I've had a lot of trials the last 3.5 years. A lot of times where I thought there was no way I was going to become a doctor. There was no way I was going to get there. It's impossible. It wouldn't happen. And every single step of the way, they stopped me. They looked me in the eye and said, "You're losing it. You're going to do it, girl. Just keep pushing." And they've been through every high and every low and every really, really low. And I would not be able to be in this position without them. I would not even be close to making this decision without them. I also want to thank you for finishing this video. It's a long video, so if you're watching to the end, you clearly care a lot about me. And I can't wait to move through this process and prove every single one of you right. To prove that the potential that you see in me is a potential that I'm going to take and run and flourish. I also want to thank everyone in the last 21 years of living that told me no, or told me that I couldn't do it, or won't do it, or telling me that a girl from a small town in Northeast Ohio was never gonna have the dreams and fill the dreams that I had. For telling me that there's no way you're gonna get there, Sophie, might as well find a different route. Because you are also the reason that I'm here. And you're the reason that I work so hard to prove you wrong every day. And I cannot wait to prove all of you right and also prove those doubters wrong. And I am so excited to move through this process further at Campbell. Thank you.